Hi, welcome back to Zestful Lessons, where we talk about energy work and channeling. My name is Alexis, and today we have a special guest. Oh, let's see. Say hello. Hello. She's like terrified. She's like, please put me down. Anyways, I'm probably gonna just let her run around here. Oh, baby, sorry. She had an eye infection, and so I had to doctor her. We gave her a little bit of celery to chew on, where we're going to talk about our inner dragons today. I'm not made up today. I don't look like how I normally do. I have been so incredibly busy the last 2 months with mother life, with basically farm life, trying to be self-sustainable, which I do recommend that you do as well, with working, running a business. So I've not had a whole lot of time to sit down and chat with y'all. Let me catch y'all up on kind of what's going on and what I mean by inner dragon. So we all have DNA, right? And what they call junk DNA is not junk at all in my perspective. I do believe it's just dormant parts of your DNA. And basically, I have talked to several other very psychic women around the world, and we all kind of came into agreement about how we could activate our DNA to activate this dragon. And people are thinking, like dragons, they don't exist, they're not real. Well, I think it's really interesting that we are over here making a lot of movies, and people are really intrigued by dragons, and wish to own one, and we have dinosaur fossils that we found, and all types of interesting things that we have found in our consciousness, except that there are such thing as dragons within movies and stuff. But it's kind of like, for some reason, that we haven't expanded in the fact that not only has our consciousness kind of like helped create their life, because honestly they could not be on this realm without us. They do require us, but they kind of need our existence to exist. But at the same time, they're not completely made up. They are very ancient, they're very old, they're very intuitive, and they're very intelligent. And so basically, I don't know where that rabbit went. Basically, what I have learned from my experiences and meditations, when I first I don't even like to call it earned, when I activated my dragon, basically, when I first saw her, I was terrified. I was like, what is that? Don't let it near me. Like, that is terrifying. So dragons could be like a fire dragon, they breathe fire. It could be a water dragon. There's all types of different dragons. And right now, the dragon realm is asking, in conjunction with the earth, to kind of speak up for that frequency, because dragons are kind of like, I like to think of dragons on this realm kind of like how beta fish are. I guess if you think of beta fish, they're really great with boundaries. They're really beautiful, and they almost look like how can this fish like be so magnificent, but yet they look so calm and so collected. They're really friendly, and they're kind of like little puppies when you're about to give them food and stuff. But man, when you put them together or they see a threat, they're like a completely different fish, right? That's kind of the same way that dragons are. So what I have learned is that dragons, especially there's different levels of dragons, and for different needs for humanity and the earth and whatnot. And the dragons that are, when I say at a lower level, I don't mean like a lower level like in a bad way. I just mean at a different level. So we do like level 1 through 4 or 5, they're really interested in humans. They want to help humans. They want to help you during your meditations, and eventually, help in other ways, which I will I guess, discuss at a later point. But they are really fantastic for when you go into your really dark part of your subconscious to work on something, your past, whatever, that has triggered you. They are amazing to call upon to kind of redirect the fear, make you feel more stable, while also helping you create your heart space within those cells that have been damaged. And when I mean damaged, just kind of like holding that memory that no longer serves you, right? What else? In the real world, if you call upon your dragon, if you feel fearful, or maybe you could be late for a plane, maybe you need, maybe somebody's intimidating you, you need extra protection, maybe there is something kind of spooky going on around you, they are amazing to call upon your dragon. And it's something that if I didn't know about this dragon and I heard someone say something about it, it's something that I kind of would put the intent of activating. So basically you want to sit down, you want to kind of connect into your higher self. You always want to go to your higher self before anything or anyone else, right? But you also want to kind of call upon help, whether that's an angel, whether that's Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Buddha, Krishna, whatever, whoever that is for you. It's also kind of helpful to call them in as well, because these higher frequency beings have activated the Christ dragon. So sorry, I was making sure the rabbit didn't get out the door there. So basically, so Jesus and Mary Magdalene, they have full activation of that Christ dragon. It's very powerful. Mother Mary does. So it's kind of like they have this experience that you could call upon for help. Isis, Osiris, these big spiritual beings, they have learned about this and they understand more about that. So I will, for example, give you a meditation that's happened to me recently, so that way you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I was standing in a room that I was really fearful in from my past, in a situation in a place that was kind of spooky. It had a lot of dark entity stuff. Let's see. Mary Magdalene assists me during this whole meditation. She's very good at kind of facing the darkness and slaying away at that stuff. So it doesn't surprise me that she would help me along with my dragon. So we hop into a lower dimension, it seemed. I didn't want to be there. I was trying to get up a few dimensions. I was like, okay, or realms. I was like, okay, we got to go back up in frequency because, going down is bad, which if you kind of, if you're trying to get in that frequency of oneness, there is no good, there is no bad, there just is, right? But anyways, I jump in to this dark space, and Mary Magdalene's kind of like, hold out your hand. So I hold out my hand, and then she puts her hand over my hand and says, release your magic. Well, it comes and blasting out of my hand what my heart space looks like. It starts creating this heart space. So I put my hands into the grass or the dirt, because that's the way I feel like I'm grounding, and I just start releasing a bunch of healing energy in this space. And it starts kind of like a painting, where it starts painting the scenes of even if you've drawn anything in the past, maybe like a scenery that you're very attracted to, whether that's a beach, desert, mountains, whatever that is to you, that could be a representation of your heart space. Whenever you think of a vacation of where you want to go, whether that's a jungle or whatever, that could be a representation of your heart space. So anyways, I'm getting, I'm making my heart space come alive in this dark area. And I'm still kind of fearful. And so Mary Magdalene was all like, hey, call upon your dragon. So I call upon my dragon, and in this dragon, every meditation, she comes in roaring. She comes in like, I'm gonna take care of whatever's going on type thing. Don't worry, I got your back type thing, but not like in English where it's just kind of like in that roar. You could like just understand that anybody that's around me is probably gonna get a little messed up during the meditation if they're not good, right? So she always comes and wraps her tail around me, and my dragon started breathing fire, but then her fire turned into like, if you look at like, you know, one of those movies that start out like a blank page or like a black and white drawing, but then it starts spitting out color. That's exactly what she was doing. It kind of reminded me of Dragon Tales. I don't know if you've ever seen that show or whatever when you're a kid. Very colorful and full of life. So the reason I'm going to make this kind of short today, it's not meant to be long. I just wanted to speak on behalf of the dragon realm. It is something that's very sacred that everybody has and has access to. They work off of unconditional love, even though they're scary feeling and maybe looking. They're quite loving creatures, but they're just really great at setting boundaries, right? And helping you through those dark times. Like, they have to be that fearless creature so that way they can help you overcome that darkness. So I would say almost this is another tool you could use to face those subconscious fears or even the fears in your daily life. Like if you're about to be public speaking and maybe you have to have this interview that has to go correct or promotion thing that has to go correct, or maybe you're about to go talk to that guy you like or something like that, but you're holding that fear. You know, you could call upon your dragon to be like, hey, I really need extra protection right now and I kind of need things to go right for me. Can you do what you can in your power to not let there be any interference and allow me to be in my heart space? So I definitely am interested if anybody else has anything to add about their dragon and what their perspective of their dragon is, because we're all of us psychics and whatnot are kind of all coming together and like talking about this right now because the dragon realm is really activated. What else? And for 6th and 7th realm dragons, they're not all that interested in us. They're more about saving Earth and saving their own realm. So it's something that, even though they're here to help us, those more ancient dragons, they're kind of more to themselves in a sense when it comes to saving. They have to save themselves to save others, just like humanity has to save, but we have to save ourselves to be able to help any other creature like animals. So yeah, and so if you're connected in with the earth frequency and you're understanding the tree grid and a couple other things that I've explained in a few other videos, there is definitely dragons in those realms that you could activate within your DNA and use your telepathy to associate with them and have their protection. So it's not only angels out there that you could call upon, although in conjunction to having your dragon, that's really powerful. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about your inner dragon. I do feel like that a lot of people will be either getting their dragon or really activating their dragon. We're doing a huge cleanse during this time with our dragons, and they really wanted to be introduced. So it's something that I'm kind of bringing forward for remembrance, and I hope that if you've had any interesting experiences, or maybe I activated a code inside you that's like, oh my gosh, the dragon, then you go and meditate and kind of like call upon your dragon. If you get any type of experience, you could go ahead, and I have a Telegram account that you could text, and I don't mind texting you back through there. I'll put the link below. But anyways, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I don't know where the bunny is, otherwise I would get her to say goodbye too, but she seems busy. So anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Follow me on TikTok, and if you're interested in any of my meditation books, I'm working on the crown chakra, and I will definitely implement how to activate your dragon within a meditation. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day.